Today we'll explore the different data types that are available in that and learn how to declare variable to store different kinds of values. In that we have several data types that are available to represent different kinds of values. Each data type has its own characteristics and operations that can be performed on it. Let's take a closer look on some of the most commonly used data types. The first one is integer. Integer is used for representing the whole numbers without decimal places. For example, 10, 30, 10, 40, minus 10, 100. These all are the numerical values which doesn't have decimal places. These are considered as integer. Whereas the numericals which have decimal are called as double. For example, 10.8, 10.4, 9.0, minus 10, 120.0, 99. These all are considered as a double. Now let's look on a string. String are the textual data. Any text that we write are called as a string. For example, name of a person, zone, or percentage, or hello, good morning, these are a textual data, and textual data is called as a string in that. Bool is another data type that is used to store either true or false. So it is the representation of data which may be either true or false. These four are the most commonly used data types. There are other data types as well, however we will learn them later in our course. Now let's understand how to declare any variable in a Dart programming language. There are two methods to declare a variable. The first method is explicit declaration. In the explicit declaration, we have to use data type of that variable. For example, in explicit declaration, we have to use first data type of that variable, followed by variable name, and we have to assign values after a equals to operator. This is a method to declare a variable using a split declaration. Now let's declare a variable to store a name of a person called John. Let's create variable to store name John. Okay, at first we have to identify the data type of these value. John is a textual representation, so the data type of this is string. So I have to write string at the first, which is the data type, followed by a variable name. So John is a name of a person, so I think the correct variable name that can be assigned will be name, and every name equals to zone. Since zone is a text, in that we have to include the text within a double quote or a single quote, and we have to give semicolon at the end of this line. Congratulations, you have finally declared a first variable called name, and this name variable is storing a value called John, which is of string type. If you have to learn more about a string, then here is a documentation for this string. If you have to learn more about name or any other thing, then there is a documentation provided to you if you double click on that specific keyword. Let's create another variable. Let's create another variable to store age of a zone. Since age is a numerical value, it is integer, and in order to declare integer data type, we have to write int. It is an integer, followed by the name of the variable. Since I'm declaring here the age of a zone, so I'll write age equals to an assigned value of 20 as age of zone. Since 20 is a number, we should not have to enclose it in a double quote. We have to enclose only text inside a double quote. Since 20 is a number, we should not use double quote. So here we have already declared variable to store the age of a person, and since age is an integer, so I have assigned int here. What will happen if I give double value here? There will be an error. Why? Because I am saying that the age will hold integer value, but actually what I am giving here, I am giving a double value. So there is an error. Since I have declared integer, I have to give pass value, integer value here as well. Now let's declare another double value. Let's create variable to store percentage of zone. Okay, since the value of percentage will be in a double, will be in a decimal, so we have to create the percentage as a double type data type. So I'll write double and write the name of the variable, and I'll assign the value 89.5. Okay, now remaining, let's create boolean variable, or that is simply called as bool variable. In order to create bool variable, I'll write bool keyword first, and let's give the name of this variable is passed. Since he has obtained 89.5, I will give true, is passed true. Remember that only we can assign only two values for any boolean variable, that may be either true or false. We cannot pass any other different values either other than true or false. Okay, here we have learned 4 different type of data types and has created 4 different type of variables according to data types as well. In the next video, we will see the other method of creating this variable as well.